Just got into Landis, North Carolina, and parked the car and the bells go off. We got a light engine, long nose forward, southbound. Today we're going to visit the North Carolina Transportation Museum here at Spencer, North Carolina. Admission at Barber Junction. Southern 262914 gives a green light to innovation. Or sand. I think that's sand. Hello again. May 29th, 2025. I'm in Spencer, North Carolina at the North Carolina Transportation Museum. I'm about to go pay my admission and go check it out. Thanks for joining me. Here's a map. I don't think I'm going to take a turntable ride today, but I might take a train ride. We'll see. Let's check it out. Please have only one adult member of your party come inside for tickets whenever. So this is the train that you take rides on in the passenger cars. They're getting in position this morning. I was about to pay for my ticket to the museum, but they came rolling up, so I decided to get a shot of this. Morning. So these handles were used to position the blades for the train orders on the semaphore on top of the pole outside the depot. There's some history. Built by Southern Railway in 1896.
Many years ago, I left Memphis. That child living in Memphis.
All right, let's take a walk and check this place out. Number 620. Norfolk and Western Railway, number 620, which is EMD GP9. (1,750 horsepower). It's a 4 axles. Diesel electric. NS 1616. Man, these things are huge up close. That's an old one. Let's see if the buttons work. Oh yeah. There's a wig wag. Railroad signals tell train crews how to proceed safely. Someone is hit by a train every 3 hours in the U.S. This place has a nice park vibe. We go up in number 16 boxcar over here. All right, we got what looks like a bale of cotton, 50-gallon drum of something, a couple bales of cotton, a scale, some yarn. History of the cone mills boxcars used in Greensboro, North Carolina. North Carolina Ports Authority L3, a GE 45-ton electric switcher. It was built for the North Carolina Shipbuilding Company in Wilmington. $555. The 200,000th car from Pullman Standards Bessemer plant and Southern Railway Systems. 140th year serving the South, a partnership for progressive railroading. Sure is shiny with that fresh coat of paint. This looks like it was put on last week. Anyone who has ever done a vlog or recording of any kind, I'm sure you know by now you can't do one of these without a leaf blower, a lawnmower, a loud muffler, or things of that sort somewhere in the background. So please bear with me on the zero turn radius guy back here. We're going to get further away from him. So this is a Southern Railway telephone booth. Before the widespread use of locomotive radios in the 60s, train crews and track maintainers at locations throughout North America communicated with dispatchers by telephone. How about that? Get this fire truck. Serviced at Spencer 542, a 280. Built in 1903. Atlantic and Yadkin 542. Hey, kitty, kitty. Well, I see you got your tag on. That's good. I know, stretch, stretch. Oh! There's something going on with the fire engine over here. They got a camera and all that. So the guys in front of the fire engine are shooting a promotional spot for the June 14th. I think it was June 14th. Fire engines and firemen and the like they're gonna have out here. Wow. Melville Dairy. 1928 Model A. Morning. How are y'all? Good, good.
Hang around a minute, we're gonna crank her up.
Oh yeah? Do you do that every day?
No, we do it about once or twice a month. We got about 12 to 15 that are drivable. And so what we'll do is we'll crank them up and drive them.
You got to do all that, I guess. Oil changes and all that throughout time, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Probably, the brakes probably last a while though, don't they? Sure looks good. Moki is the cat's name. The fire truck show is on I think he said the 14th. Check out the ladders. Hand-drawn hose wagon. Rowan County, 1969 Dodge Power Wagon. Here we got a 78th Plymouth Fury. North Carolina Highway Patrol. (1935) Ford Model 48, also Highway Patrol. Check that thing out. Over here we got some aircraft parts. The wheels do turn, be careful. A Pratt & Whitney R1830 Wasp engine. A Hamilton standard propeller. These are DC-3 parts. Look at the size of that wing section back there. Here's the fuselage. Well, here's a mock-up of the instrument panel. Or it might be the actual instrument panel out of the... This is probably the actual instrument panel and throttle quadrant from inside the fuselage over there. Auto direction finder, antenna there, ADF. Radio control panel. Here's an airport beacon. A replica of the Wright brothers wind tunnel. How about that? A 1946 Commonwealth rear wind Sky Ranger. This is a Coot A amphibian. Obviously it takes off on land or water. This is commemorating the Duke Endowment, 100 years. Just love this building. The smell, the sounds, the way it feels. This is a model railroad that's all covered up. Unfortunately, we'll come back to that. John Deere, 1948 Model D. Alice Chambers. (1934) Farmall 12 International Harvester Company. Check out the seats on that Honda there, boy. You got an El Dorado. As you can see, this car was last inspected in 1990. Sunroof. DeSoto, 1960 DeSoto Fireflight. Corsair. Etzel. Commander over here. Let's don't forget about this 1960 Chrysler 300F. All right, this one's got the window down. A rail runner emergency evacuation vehicle. It's got high rail gear on it down there. (1942) Ford GPW, known as the Jeep. This is a Dodge WC51, 1953. All right, this is a French boxcar that was sent to America in 1949. They're known as 48s because they can carry 40 men or 8 horses. All right, here we got a Ford Motor Company 1954 Ford F100. I have to mention the F.W. Woolworth Survivor car. Duarte Clipper. This dude had this thing outfitted, man. It went right in the museum just like it was in the water. Now here we got a Thomas built bus, 1940. This Cadillac must be the governor's car, state of North Carolina. Most likely the governor's car. Now, it's just as cool as what's right above it. That's a Ford. Here we go with a 1913 Model T Speedster. A 1913 Model T Speedster. Originally manufactured in July 1913. Lincoln Motor Company, Lincoln Continental, 1948. Now, I don't think I've ever seen a Nash Ambassador Custom. 1955. That's a quirky looking car. It's got a guy or a gal right there on the steam locomotive 1031. June 1913. Massive brakes on these things. As you can see, it's over the mechanic pit. The knuckle coupler. Okay, this model railroad layout, which is covered up right now, is Metrolina Model Railroaders, Belmont, North Carolina, French Broad and Catawba Railroad. That's a cool carnival. Nice fence. This is Spencer Shop's 40 and 8 train, 1939. How cool is that? Miniature steam engine that works. (1931) Chrysler Roadster. A 1935 Packard Super 8. Here we got a Rolls Royce, 1933. It's a 2025 Silver Ghost. Check out these dugout canoes. The one on the bottom looks heavy as hell. Bicycles, bicycles, and bicycles. This one's made out of a bed frame, and this one has spikes on the wheels, and this one is for tall people. A 56-inch Roadster from 1880s and 1890s. Bone shaker, I can believe it. Velocipede. Machinery list. You can see where all the machinery was laid out. All the way down the floor. So this is completing the walkthrough of Building B. We're gonna walk out and go to the next building, which is Charlie C. I think it was back in 2012 where they lined up all the Norfolk Southern heritage units right here and took that awesome photograph with all of them around the turntable here. They're putting up a new roof over here, so that section is off limits for visitors until that's completed. But you can visit up to here and go back. I suppose you can go up in this one. 1978 inspected last. Now here comes the train you take a ride on, returning back towards where they started from. It's shoving back. So let's watch them go by. 1, 2, 3, 4 cabooses over there. Couple more over here. Couple of steam whistles. Hospital unit car.
We were required to go into Eastern Germany and load a full load of displaced persons, DPs. Most of those went into Holland, and then they were dispersed from Holland to where they had to go.
When the European conflict ended, the hospital trains were then sent to the West Coast to assist with the transportation of injured soldiers arriving from the Pacific until 1946. Although they saw limited action during the Korean War, the glory days of the hospital train had come to an end. U.S. Army Hospital Car number 89480, which now resides at the NC Transportation Museum, was classified as surplus in 1972. By 1978, the car that had rescued so many soldiers needed rescuing itself. Help came in the form of Dr. D.E. Ward and the North Carolina Medical Society, which paid $4,000 to obtain the car for historical preservation. Restoration was completed in 2007, and now number 89480 welcomes visitors aboard as a permanent exhibit at the North Carolina Transportation Museum in Spencer. And what visitors see when they look at number 89480 today is what soldiers saw as they boarded it during the latter days of World War II. And at long last, it has arrived at its final stop.
United States Army. This is a 300 horsepower. Now this is a mail car.
After the security fastened top and bottom, he steps aside and waits nearby to witness the catch and receive any mail which may be thrown off. Aboard the train, local mail is being tied out as the clerk spots his landmark. As soon as the last pouch was made ready, the clerk grabs his safety goggles and goes to his station. The engineer is required to signal the RPO car that they are approaching a non-stop station. And a dramatic moment is at hand.
That's cool.
With one hand, he tossed the pouch out and down, assisted with his foot. With the other hand, he brought down the catcher handle, and the catch was made.
And there it is.
The thing about handling mail, when you stop to think of it, is that each letter contains
Also out here.
its hopes, distance, love, and promises, neatly folded in a tiny package.
Catcher arm.
These, then, are your postal transportation clerks in action, whose efforts sacrifice speed onward the vital correspondence of our great nation from darkness, deluge, or disaster. Every minute of every day, one of America's 600 railway companies.
The engineer will give you a certain whistle that lets you know the locals coming on. Listening for the long.
Seaboard Airlines CTC panels. Fettner, Carey, Apex. Down to Sanford, Southern Pines, Aberdeen. Rail history. Now this is cool. A strap all the way to 136 pound, which I believe in some cases it goes up to 141 now. £25. Wow. £130 right there. This is cool. Lima Locomotive Works, 1925. Let's see if we can get a look down there. Now I got to turn around here. Check out these. These got to be frog jigs, or I'm not sure what these are, but they look like some sort of jig. A couple more over here. Here's the story of CS from 1830 up on the left, across to 1995. A 6900 over there in the shop. Now that's a mainline train. Let's see if we can see him. Might be down there behind those trees. These were all painted fresh sometime in the last year or so, it appears. We got concrete sleepers. Concrete railroad ties under that one. Now this is the wheel balancing shed. That's a coal tower over there. Spencer Shops, Roundhouse and Turntable. Historical engineering. Historic mechanical engineering landmark. Spencer Shops, Roundhouse and Turntable, 1924. Now, I went through these buildings out of order. Maybe I can make up for that in editing. But that's okay. The Flue Shop. Smells like motor oil in here. Hey. Wow. Model A Ford. Old traffic signal. How about that? Model T. They're doing some work in here too, so I'm not going to go any further that way. Little kids play area with a sandbox. They're building an amphitheater across the street over there, or a town square event gathering facility, I suppose. Down here is the gift shop. Oh, yes. Hello. Wow. You got lots of stuff in here. Even airplanes, little models, children's books. So I'm going to turn the camera off so I can shop. It was last tested May 21st, 1947. Now, if you look in the distance between the trees, you'll see a water tower. I don't know if you can make it out, but they are dismantling that. It's being cut into pieces. There's no bottom in it right now, and there's no left side. Mookie. Well, that horn will signal the ending to my North Carolina Transportation Museum visit. It's not too hot today, but I can imagine in the summertime, this would be pretty warm out here. But nevertheless, I recommend you take some time and visit this place and check out all this relic equipment and buildings that they've got on display here for you. So I got a few things in the gift shop. Norfolk Southern license plate, some decals, a magnet, a Southern shirt, and let's see, we got a roundhouse pin, another decal, and a Mookie decal. It feels good to sit down. Well, I want to take a minute and say thank you for watching. Please comment and like and subscribe and share with your friends. And by all means, if you're ever around this area near Spencer, Salisbury, North Carolina, visit the North Carolina Transportation Museum. It's worth the $6. Matter of fact, I gave them 20 and told them to keep the change and donated to the museum a little bit. So again, thanks for watching and thanks for sticking around.